Sangiovese Lambrusco, Sangiovese Lambrusco,
Aglianico, Albana, Arnese, Barbera, Canaiolo, Cannonau, Carricante, Cesanese, Cortese,
Cortese,
Corvina,
Convina,
Croatina,
Croatina,
Dolcetto.
Dolcetto.
Welcome to the Italian Wine Podcast. My name is Joy Livingston, and for the next several weeks I will be bringing you some choice narrated content from the book Sangiovese Lambrusco and Other Vine Stories, written by Mr. Science himself, Professor Attilio Scienza, and Serena Imazio, published by positivepress.net. To get a copy of the book, the Kindle version is available on Amazon and hardcover copies are available from Positive Press. If you like the content we share each week, consider donating to our show. Find details at italianwinepodcast.com or on our social media channels. Sit back and get your geek on as we jump into the details, stories, and science of Italian wines and vines. Marzemino and its relatives. At the court of the Constantinople vizier, the Corporazione del Tinello was entrusted with the task of organizing the sequence of dishes, often beginning by serving the tables with pastries of royal dough, marzipan bread, accompanied by sweet Marzemino, as was customary. Despite the guest of honor, King Henry III of France, frugal and inhibited by his fear of being poisoned, only sipped a glass of wine. When the great council chamber of the Serenissima opened its doors, the menu was structured on dozens and dozens of dishes inspired by the most refined gastronomic culture of the Mediterranean, including sweet and sour flavors of Byzantine origin and meat and fish exalted by the fragrances of the most distinctive spices. This was the welcome that awaited the most illustrious guests in Serenissima, and even if Henry III did not appreciate it that much, almost all of the other guests will have been pleased. Venice, in the 16th and 17th centuries, also showed its greatness at the table, thanks to the wines, spices, sugar from Cyprus, salt, and other thousands of goods that arrived to its doorstep from all over the Mediterranean. It was a testament to the strength and wealth of Northern Europe. Venice had 17 theaters and was an essential stop on the Grand Tour. In the 18th century, it was identified in Europe as the capital of frivolity, with unparalleled scenic art, Baroque music, and relaxed costumes. 18th century Venice was the backdrop in which Mozart imagined his Don Giovanni librettist Lorenzo da Ponte, alias Emanuel Conegliano, after the abjuration of the Jewish religion, writes the lyrics for his double Leporello, the emblem of his conscience, and Don Giovanni, the emblem of debauchery. In an opera based on eclecticism, love for la bella vita, rich salons, and gambling rooms, one could not forget to mention the excellent Marzemino, a fashionable wine in the Venetian aristocracy, along with Tokai. Most probably Lorenzo da Ponte remembered that the Colalto counts, ambassadors of the Republic of Venice in the Austro-Hungarian Empire, served Marzemino in their palace in Vienna, in the Platz am Hof. At that time, the most requested wines in the Venetian Vallagarina were the so-called sweet red wine, the sweet white wine, and the balsamic wine, which included the wines obtained from the Marzemino grape variety. The quality attribute that gives this wine medicinal implications, in Greek balsamon means medicine or refreshment, is still implied in the Marche and Romagna under the name Balsamina. Marzemino was already mentioned in Cividale del Friuli in 1409, when a banquet was organized in honor of Pope Gregory XII, and Marzemino from Gradiscuta, Udine, was one of the wines served on the table together with Ribolla Gialla di Rosazzo, Verduzzo di Faidis, Ramandolo di Terlano, and Refosco di Albana. It is a vine presently found in most regions of northern Italy: Veneto, Trentino, Friuli, Lombardy, Emilia-Romagna. Myth and history overlap in the reconstruction of its journey to the Veneto. During this migration, it is appreciated for its recognized quality and cultivation in many places, leaving traces from Anatolia to Greece, where it takes on different names: Lefkas in Cyprus, Varzami in Corfu, Marzavi in Paros. According to this reconstruction, the eastern shores of the Black Sea, on the most distant ports of the Republic at the end of the caravan routes to the Indies, and the Armenian city of Trebisonda, fiercely depopulated by the Turks at the dawn of the 20th century, were the places where these vines and wines would have been embarked on board ships. Climbing up the Adriatic fjord, Marzemino found new homelands in the Marche and in Romagna, where its name changed to Balsamina or Berzamino. Following the military and economic power of the Republic, the vine also spread to Trentino on the Brescia side of Lake Garda, and into the Bergamo area. A fascinating story, of course, but is it true? In 1989, the first indication to the contrary was that some analysis of the anthocyanins present in the grape skins indicate a similarity between Teroldego, Lagrein, and Marzemino on the one hand, and some Emilian Lambrusco and old varieties of Valpolicella on the other. These findings left the researchers speechless because the established kinship seemed unlikely. About 10 years after the pioneering DNA analysis was completed, the results were confirmed that they were able to define more precise relationships between these vines. Marzemino belongs to a family of vines in which there are not only Teroldego and Lagrein, parent and brother respectively, but also Syrah and Mondeuse Blanche, with Pinot as the progenitor. Among the direct descendants of Marzemino, there is also Refosco dal Peduncolo Rosso, a very common variety in Friuli. Therefore, this fascinating story of Marzemino coming from distant and exotic lands is thus discredited by genetic analysis, which opened the doors to a new story, one that is no less interesting, made of distant and almost surprising kinship. Further elements of uncertainty were created by the discovery of an almost unknown variety, the Marzeminone, found in the vineyards of the Bergamo area. This is a genetic variant of the Marzemino gentile, very close to the Greek Versami. Thank you for listening to this week's installment of Sangiovese, Lambrusco, and Other Vine Stories. We hope you expanded your horizons and gave your brain cells an Italian wine workout. We'll see you again next Thursday, and remember, the Kindle version of the book is available on Amazon, and hardcover copies are available from positivepress.net. If you feel inspired to make a donation to our show, please visit us at theitalianwinepodcast.com. Find Italian Wine Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. Our Twitter handle is @ItaWinePodcast.
Sangiovese, Stirpe, Teroldego, Timurasso, Tintiglia, Refosco dal Peduncolo Rosso, Sagrantino, Schiava Gentile, Verdicchio, Vermentino, Vernaccia, Uva di Troia.
Perché alla fine vuole